Guys, we're live streaming.
Oh, hi. What a great way to start a stream, right? Screaming at the children. Anyway, say hi, Bears.
Hi.
Hey, there's Griffin. How's everyone doing tonight? Fred says, Herb. D's in the house. Hello, Bear family. Oh, Canada. Hey, yes, we are headed to the Great White North for the following week. We're going to have all sorts of fun. Neil F. is in the house. I see you've got your... One of your dinosaurs is crooked.
Fix my dinosaur. Okay.
There we go. There we go. I was like, what is that up on the...
And I was rocking out to the music
What music?
when I got on the live stream.
There's music?
Well, there's ads.
Oh. Anyway. Neil F. is in the house. Mark Olson. Patrick Patterson. Repair Gang's in the house. Hey, Repair Gang. Haven't seen you in a little bit. So anyway, yeah, we are headed north. We're taking the family up to have some fun. Brett says make sure to drive your vehicle of choice into about 80 gallons of fluid film first.
Say what now? Excuse me?
Is it bad up there or something?
I don't know what that means.
Anyway, we're taking the truck.
Yeah.
So we're going to be paying Canadian diesel. I looked at Canadian diesel prices. They're not that much worse than what we have right now. They are worse. But
I was going to say, we'll see.
Yeah. Curtin Reno says, good evening from Nevada. Rude Mopar dude. Saying peace and whatnot. And Ranches from California. How you doing?
They can all hear us, right?
I hope you can hear us. I see sound on my end.
Oh,
So
I can hear us.
all right. That's what matters. And okay. I set up this rain notification thing on my phone, and of course, being in Montana, it's constantly... It doesn't just tell you it's going to rain, it tells you when they think the rain will stop. So I get a notification saying, hey, it's going to rain. I'm like, great. Then I get a notification, the rain's going to stop. I'm like, I don't need a notification that it's going to stop.
Yeah.
I need a notification to warn me if it's going to rain. Are you going deep? No, we're headed up to just a little bit into Alberta, and then over through the Rockies into British Columbia, and then down into the Glacier National Park, Kalispell, Flathead Lake area in Montana, and then back home from there. So it'll be bye. It's going to be, I think we're leaving on Monday.
Hang on. Oh, hang on. I'll be right back.
And we're kind of playing some of it by ear.
1 minute.
Is that the dog's pickup?
Okay, yep.
The dog's going to go stay with some friends. So she's going to go have a sleepover with the best pal. What are you doing?
Same button.
And leaving the door open to their messy ass room. Sorry. Anyway, Frank says, hey, I hear you. Frank Landgraf all said hello. RJ says, we had talked about that. Joseph says, hey, from New Jersey. Brett says, you can get some of those cat cordless tools from Home Hardware when you get here. Really, they have them up there? Because I might do that, honestly, just to play around with them. I'm going to be going to, finally, Princess Auto. And I'm going to find out once and for all, is it truly the Harbor Freight of the North? So I'm going to go to Princess Auto. There's some other place somebody just told me about that's kind of like a Lowe's hardware store. They carry Cobalt and stuff like that. We're going to be going there. Got to check out a Tim Hortons while we're up there, of course. And what else? Anyway, we're going to be going over to Waterton and checking out the... Prince of Wales Hotel. If you haven't seen the Prince of Wales Hotel, pull up another window, Google Prince of Wales Hotel. It's epic. Let's see here. My mustache is going crazy. It keeps curling up and into my snout. No, we're not taking the RV. The RV is still down in Vegas, so we're not dragging that up there. Chris says, enjoy, always love visiting the neighbors to the north, or what a British sailor once called them, Yankee Light. Nice. Futon, we just had to go through my truck, and let's just say we had to de-American it, de-freedomify it. searching all over, making sure there's no freedom seeds lying under things and stuff like that, because that happens. Anyway, Futo says, greetings and salutations, everyone. Hope you're having a great day. We're a little bit frantic trying to get everything ready. It was kind of a spur of the moment kind of thing. It was like 2 weeks ago I said I wanted to kind of go up there and do this thing. We're going to run up to the first place we're going is Lethbridge. And I wanted to go up there, check out the Princess Auto, and just do a quick little like day trip kind of thing. Go up, spend the night, come back the next day, I guess. And then the wife was like, oh, well, we should just make a whole week of it. And I'm like, all right. And of course, she didn't have any plans as to where to go, so I had to figure out where we're going to go and booking it and stuff. And if you guys don't know, the Calgary Stampede has been going on all week, so everything has been booked. So I'm like, well, we're not leaving until next week because this week is impossible to get hotel rooms anywhere. Nick says, I live new job making custom furniture full time for a small shop. Nick, that is awesome. I have a buddy here in town who 2 years ago started doing that. He'd always wanted to become to make woodworking his it was his hobby, and he wanted to make it a career. And he got a job working for this local company making and at this point he just works. I think he works from home mostly. They just tell him what they need, and he makes it and delivers it to them, and that's all it is. He gets paid, and it's awesome. Brett says Canadian Tire sucks. I've never been to Canadian Tire, so I mean, is it like so bad I shouldn't go there? Or Garnet says hello from North Carolina. There we go. RJ says the Rona. That's the place. Canadian Tire. Princess Auto is the place where I was planning to go. Paul the like button. Wings and Pizza says thank you so much. Brett says yeah, Rona's basically Lowe's but 90% useless. Nick Hoffman says Tim Hortons is only so. Nick, I know some Canadians might fight you over that. I've never been, but they get real touchy about that sort of thing. They've got a real passion for Tim Hortons. The wife isn't in here. I'm going to turn the camera so I'm not having to lean in there. Kill King says, how fast do you think you will get in trouble with the Canadian cops? Dude, I am seriously worried about it. The older I get, the more of an attitude I have. And I'm honestly worried about crossing the border. We got all our paperwork. We got everything set. And, I have a problem with authority. Anyway, Markles. Anyway, Kelly. Hey, Kelly says, awesome. Be safe. We will try our best to be as safe as possible. I mean, come on. It's Canada. It's like Disneyland, right? There's no crime there. Mike says, I've been to Bar, Ontario a few times, hauling news cosmetic containers for Mary Kay, but that's the limit of my Canadian experience. Nice people up there, though. I have only been... Go close the door to your room. I've only been to Canada once before, and it was 30-ish years ago, and it was... I'd gone to Detroit with some buddies, and decided to go over to Windsor for the evening, and that is, as many people say, that's not Canada. So, anyway, that's my experience. I've always wanted to go to not Toronto, Quebec City, and Ottawa. All the pictures look beautiful. Sorry, my mustache is getting me again. It looks amazing. Of course, the wife and the daughter, whom I've shown pictures of this to, are we going there? I'm like, you realize it's on the other side of the continent, right? It's like a day plus drive. Like, we're talking 30 some hours to drive there.
What is?
Ottawa and Quebec.
We're going to Letterkenny.
We're not going to Letterkenny.
Yes, we are.
No. Yeah, take it down there like 20%. All right. Anyway, let's see. Hold on. Let me close this suggestion. YouTube keeps telling me that I need to insert ads in my live stream. I don't think we need ads inserted in the live stream. If I need to take a bathroom break or something, I'll just hand it to Duncan. So
I'll insert the ad.
Yeah, he'll insert the ad. Let's see here. Where was I? Frank says, how do you feel about Harbor Freight's bar clamps for occasional glue projects? I think they're great. I think Harbor Freight's the F-style clamps, those things are fantastic. I know almost every professional woodworker I know uses Harbor Freight clamps. Not the quick clamps, although I hear the newer quick clamps are not bad. But the standard like F-style clamps, they're kind of like they're like one of the most common ones out there. They may have nicer ones like some Jorgensen or something else for like the main clamp, but for like when you're doing a glue up and stuff, there's the answer to the question of how many clamps do you need is all of them. So
Every single one.
yeah, there's always a use for one of those clamps. I have a ton of them myself. Calgary Stampede got over today. Yep, today was the last day of it. And then Duncan was that last night?
The PB, yeah, it was yeah.
Duncan was at the PBR rodeo here in Livingston, Montana last night.
Oh, Kelly.
He went with some friends. Yeah, Kelly's there. She said hi. You can say hi to her if you want.
Hi, Kelly.
And say hi to Rick for us. I was reading Nick Hoffman and it took over my brain. So how was the rodeo?
It was fine.
Fine.
It's PBR. It's bull riding.
Bull riding.
Yeah.
Let's do a survey on this. For those of you who are rodeo fans, and our family, we're rodeo fans. We go to the rodeo every chance we get. What do you think about PBR, which is professional bull riding? It is just bull riding. To me, that doesn't feel like rodeo. Rodeo is like the fair and everything rolled into one. They've got they got mutton busting for the kids. You got calf roping, goat roping for the little kids. They've got you got a little bit of bull riding, but you got bronc busting, saddle bronc. Steer wrestling, team roping. Team roping blows my mind. How that second guy throws that rope and gets those back legs is just beyond me.
Well, it's just because he's better than you.
He's way better than me. Anyway, Nick says I'm from Canadian Texas. I do not fear them. Canadian Texas, is that Alberta? I would have to think. I mean, that's where the Stampede is. So. Fred says, eating and chatting at the same time. Check out the Greeley, Colorado Stampede. We'll have to look that up. Fred says, Canadian Tire is basically heavy-duty Walmart. Oh, we're going to have to check that out now. So that's the other thing. My wife loves finding food that you can't get in other places. So she loves going to grocery stores and any kind of like niche food kind of store. She loves finding stuff like that. Ed G says, I'm headed to Mexico City in 3 weeks. Wow, I'm jealous. I have never been to Mexico City. I've been all over Mexico. I've been all over the Baja, and I've been to Quintana Roo, and I've been down around Sonora. I'm trying to think where else I've been.
Isn't the 500 coming up?
I thought the 500 already happened.
No, the 250 happened. And
The 250 and the 500 was the month after that.
I thought the 500 is coming.
And then the next one is in October, I think. Anyway.
Yeah, this might be. No, I thought it was Tijuana that was coming up. The battle for or whatever. I don't know.
How long are you hanging out with the Canadian Bears and Cubs? We're only there for a handful of days. It's gonna be like probably about a week, if that. Maybe like the plan right now is to leave on Monday, be back on Friday. We might stay an extra day or two depending on how things go. The Gary says, hello Bear from Myrtle Beach. Just bought the Bauer corded handheld bandsaw. Put Hercules blade on it. It is worth the money. I had to cut some angle iron and cuts like butter. It's awesome saw, and as I always say, it's really all about the blade. You put a good blade on it, it'll just chew through anything. Absalus asks, how's the arm? I think he's talking about
fine.
you.
Got the brace off, which is pretty cool.
He is shedding a bit.
Yeah.
Some of that skin sloughing off, but LS says the Canadian border will dig for prior arrests and other stuff and will deny entry for things like too many traffic tickets. I haven't had a ticket in forever. Neither has the wife. and I've not had any.
That
I don't
mom
think.
got a ticket in Vegas a couple years ago.
Oh, she did. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, we shouldn't be an issue. Say hi to Justin for me. I don't think Justin wants to have a chat with me. Oh, hey, Robert McAvoy, $4.99 super chat. Thank you for your input on the HJM bike yesterday. Bought 2 using PayPal. It was secure. That's awesome. I hope you enjoy it. We love that thing. It is of all the e-bikes that we have, and we have a lot. And people, when I say we have a lot, this is a picture I took a couple weeks ago. I think we still have most of them.
We got rid of that first bike.
Okay, the first one's a scooter. We sold the Van Power because it's just not the style of bike that we're going to use. We still have the player now, the S-Spin, the engine. We're going to be doing a conversion on the engine because that's going to be his bike. What's that one?
That's the HJM.
No, that's the SGM. That is the workhorse of bike that everybody rides. The Velectric.
The brakes are going on it.
I will say, well, yeah, that's a wear out item. You got to replace that. The Velectric is right up there, I think, with the HJM as far as what you guys like to ride, or at least the other kids. The Hay bike, that's all right. It's not a bad bike. Anyway, as you can see, we have bikes. Lots of them to play with. And some company's sending us another one. Anyway.
Speaking of that, I need to Google my
Tim says, you visited the Windsor Ballet. I did, and apparently we helped put some of them through college, and I feel really good about that.
Okay, Dad.
Rapunzel says, Niagara Falls never sleeps. It's a must-see, especially with the lights at night. I would love to, and if we make it to the East Coast, we're definitely going to go do that. We've talked about doing a road trip around through Canada. We'll do this. We're first dipping our toes in the water and see how it goes, and after that, we'll see what happens. Kurt says, did you go to Jason's while in Windsor? Dude, it was 30 plus years ago. I don't remember much of that evening for some reason.
I wonder why.
Yeah. John says, Dentals, have you had COVID tests? Yes. My son was turned away for no recent test. Then he tested positive. My wife is really big on getting the free tests that they send or that they make available and ordering them. So we have stacks of COVID tests.
You gonna show them your cowboy hat?
Yes.
The Grimmute's in the house. Hey, man, how's it going? Homily says, how many clamps? One more than what you have access to at the moment. That is true. Fact check true on that one. All right, let's see here. Kurt says, he got his new cowboy hat. Turn around, let's see it from all angles. That looks good on you. All right. Kurt says, I agree with you about the rodeo. You need all the events. Yeah, it's not the rodeo if it's just bull riding. Bull riding is like, to me, going to the rodeo just to watch bull riding is like going to NASCAR just to watch the crashes.
Yeah. What's the point of NASCAR if there aren't any crashes? What's the point of NASCAR?
To watch people race?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Anyway, where was I? Infertile Craftsman says, 110, 111, and humid this week in Texas. I'm headed to Canada with you. I'm done with summer for life. Oh my gosh. This is the daughter last night was like, I want to go. They have this Camp Half Blood. She's a huge, she's 12. There's a huge Percy Jackson fan. There's this camp that lets you LARP as a Percy Jackson, and it's in Austin, of course. And I'm like, I don't think you'll like summer camp in Texas. I'm just saying. Nick says it is a nickname for Minnesota on the internet. Really? Is it? I had no idea about that.
What is?
Was it Texas of Canada or something? Canada's Texas. Fred says also check out Cheyenne Frontier Day, which is in August. Where in Canada check out is Thunder Bay. Thunder Bay in Thunder Bay over. I don't know where Thunder Bay is. I thought it was near Hudson Bay, but I don't know. Mike says, I seen a screw air compressor at my job a few weeks ago. Have you seen one or had an experience with them? Are they any better than a piston type compression? My understanding is that screw air compressors are the top tier, and usually you only see them in high-end compressors and industrial compressors. But that is the best type of air compressor you can get. I don't have personal experience of that, just from reading about and hearing about compressors. Kelly says, I love the Rodeo, not just PBR. See? Kelly knows.
I'm 16 now. I have all the wisdom in the world.
All the wisdom.
All of it.
MR says, leave your guns at home. Canada doesn't mess around. Guns? What guns? I don't have any guns.
They all, unfortunately, perished in a boating accident.
Tragic.
A couple years ago.
It was a tragic boating accident.
I almost drowned.
It was me. It was him or the guns, and I saved him.
Yep. He hesitated for like 15 minutes, though. I was scared.
The good news is we can always just call the police, because they're only, what? How many minutes? Well, at least they got to stop and, sanitize their hands first, right? Mm-hmm. Anyway, Daniel says, drink some good Canadian beer up there. I enjoy Labatt's and Molson. I got to tell you, so back in the day when I was big into hockey and stuff, that's one of the things I always loved about going to the ice rink and going to see a game, was getting, because there was always Labatt's. And it's just something you don't see around here or anything. So that was pretty awesome. Blind Toolman in the house. Member for 26 months. Woo! 26 months. That is awesome, dude. Thank you so much. And good seeing you around, man. This year. Have I tried any of the Ryobi tools yet? I've got some Ryobi stuff.
He used Ryobi on the brake job.
Yeah. And I used the Ryobi ratchet when we were doing the brake job and some other stuff on the car. And then he left it out in the rain.
Still works, though.
It still works. Luckily for him. Grimute says, guess what? I'm still in Miami.
Oh.
Dude, you get danger pay? Hey, look who's here.
Hello.
Grimute is still in Miami.
Yeah, I think I saw a picture recently. I think I follow you vicariously, and I'm like, I didn't go there when I was in Miami. So, anyways, our doggins is off with our friends.
Oh, I ain't gonna say goodbye to her.
Hi, Sally.
That's terrible.
That's really mean, Dad.
Okay. You know what we should do a review on?
What?
Your cast.
No. That thing, it's
Let me see
nice,
it. Let me see it.
It's bad.
I was intrigued by this technology. It's a splint, really, they put them in. But it uses this ratchet style technology. So you pop it out and it makes it loose, and you cinch it in, and you see it cinches in the little webbing there and makes the whole thing crank up nice and tight there. I think it's pretty cool tech, but it did break on us, and I had to rebuild this.
It broke a couple times. Not this, but the
that broke
thing down here, and then the edging is coming off.
And that's coming apart.
But that's well used.
But I did talk to the doctor when we went there last time, and I'm like, hey, just to give you some feedback on this, this is what happened while he was wearing it. And she said, yeah, actually, that's why she doesn't often recommend these, except in short-term use cases, because she's found that they don't hold up.
Well, she said that she would have put me in the Velcro one, the regular Velcro one, but that wasn't enough because of the brake, so she had to put me in either that or a cast.
Or a real cast.
Yeah, thank you for putting me in that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Blind Toolman!
Yes!
Sorry.
Jess just shouted from the kitchen, oh my goodness, Blind Toolman's here! She's a little excited. Uh-oh, here she comes.
Super excited. Super, super excited. Glad to see you.
Fred says press the like button. It's keto friendly.
Is it?
It is. It is very low carb. And it has no trans fats.
Oh, that's good.
Will you do any fishing once in Canada? I don't believe we will. This is just a quick, fun trip, see the science kind of thing. I would love to go fishing, but I can go fishing down here. I live on the Yellowstone practically. I can stand up and I can see it from my house. It's world-class fly fishing, and
but
and
we
better than that,
never-
we don't even usually fish the Yellowstone. As you were about to say, we go where?
We fished the Boulder.
The Boulder is our favorite place. Up in the mountains. We like to be able to get out in the water and stand there. I don't like to fish from the bank or on a boat and stuff like that. I want to get out there and cast and be one with the fishes.
Hey, thank you, Futon 2579 for gas in Canada. Eh?
We're casting Canada. Hey, thank you very much, sir. That will come in useful.
Yeah, well, come in useful.
That will be useful.
That will come in handy.
Come in
that
handy.
will be
I know.
useful.
I know.
That will-
Boy, they turn 16 and they just know everything.
Oh, Fred Hill, I did see that. Oh, my bad. I did see that. That sucks so much.
Oh, the NASCAR driver.
Yeah.
If you didn't hear about that, I don't know what happened, but this NASCAR driver was in California at a gas station filling up.
Gosh.
I don't know what happened, but he got knifed by some complete lowlife.
He had
And
face tats. Looked like he was, you know.
the guy was out on parole, and he had already done parole violations, and he was wanted, and there was a warrant on him, and the whole night. This is somebody who should not have been out on parole, clearly. And the police, though, made sure that that problem's not going to happen again. So, that's taken care of. Mater's in the house. Hey, Mater, Crystal has found out I wasn't lying about Texas summers. Yeah, I have no doubt about that. Texas summers. Well, she's from Oklahoma, right? I mean, can't be much better up there. And Neil F says safe travels, $4.99. Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. Let me scroll up here and make sure I haven't missed any other comments.
I don't think so.
Just how this thing can jump around here and such. Mark says Molson's golden, and the Brett says my stepdad's brushed Ryobi Sawzall caught fire twice.
Ooh.
It's fine, other than the cooling fan doesn't spin anymore. It also had a Civic dropped on it.
Well, Civic are lightweight cars, We should LS swap a Civic.
And Neil says, looks like the BOA system on Red Wing boots. It is. It literally is the same system.
Isn't it?
It says BOA right on it. Infernal Craftsman says, the flying half says hi to Mrs. Bear.
The what?
Flying half, his wife is a...
Pilot?
No. A flight attendant. I was looking for the correct term. Michael Quinones, is that right? I'm terrible with pronunciations. Too bad people can't carry everywhere. Rip to him.
Yep.
Yeah, that is, and that's the thing. I used to teach people. So for those of you who don't know, who are new to the channel or something, I'm a former CCW instructor, and for California of all places. And just so you who don't know, in California, they like to paint it as this great big liberal blah blah blah. That's really only like
it's the
San Francisco
coastal states.
Yeah, San Francisco is literally, like you said, the coast. Sacramento is shall issue, because in California they break it up by county, so it's up to the sheriff in that county, and the Sacramento shall issue. The entire Central Valley is shall issue. Really, there's only the big cities on the coast, and the liberal strongholds that are may issue, and won't issue unless, of course, you're one of their buddies. Anyway, so we would do this thing to teach what's called the number keeps changing. It used to be called the 21 foot rule or whatever.
It's 20.
I don't think it was 20. Anyway.
Well, 20 is close enough to get killed.
Point is that you don't really understand. Stop playing because you're shaking the table. Hands off the table. You shake the table, that shakes that thing, and that makes them nauseous. And then they get upset, and then they give me super chats to make me beat you.
Well, there's 2 more viewers, so obviously I'm doing something right.
They want to see me beat you.
No.
Will you go get that one stick?
No.
The one I beat you with?
I beat you with a belt.
He did. He whipped me with a belt. Then I went to get him back with it and hit myself. Anyway, the point is...
To be fair, he whipped me first, and I'm black.
I did not. You liar.
You sure did.
What'd you say? 2 old ladies. 2 old ladies, nice. Anyway, the if you're gonna be on camera, get on camera. You're like half on camera. It's kind of weird. Anyway, we do this thing where we try to demonstrate to somebody how close or how far away someone has to be for you to be safe if they have a knife. So we'd have one person who was a runner, and they would stand, like, you face that way. Say you're the shooter. This is how we do it to keep it safe. He would be facing the target, gun in the holster, and I would put my hand on him. And then I would run the opposite direction. And as soon as he felt my hand, the shooter would pull and put 2 on target. And as soon as the 2 on target went off, the runner would stop. And then they would reholster, and I would tell them to turn around. And then they would see how far away that person was. And that would give them their distance to know how far away someone with a knife could be if they were inside that circle and they were in trouble. And it's stunning for most people. Anyway.
Was anyone a bullfighter in here?
Oh, he's obsessed with not the matador style, like the what do they call them? The clowns and
they're not clowns. They're different jobs.
Western bullfighters.
3 guys.
So if they're different jobs, why did he have a whole thing of makeup?
Because he literally said in the thing that he likes it the traditional way, and it wasn't makeup; it was face paint.
That is makeup, my love.
No, it's oh my gosh, you guys.
Oh, let's see here. Anyway, the Infernal Craftsman said the flying half says hello.
Hello.
And Brett says, can't forget unlisted 50% tax on anything that you don't need to live. Oh.
Wait, what?
15% tax on anything.
Is that the VAX tax or something? I don't remember. I don't understand the Canadian tax structure. The Den of Tools, did you hear that they closed Lake Powell? I did not hear that.
What's Lake Powell?
I'm not surprised. It's kind of like Lake Mead, but over in California. And Lake Mead and Lake Powell are the 2 largest water reservoirs in the southwest United States.
Lake Mead's
let's see here. Mark says, when I was at Fort Drum, we frequented Kingston, Canada. Nice. Let's see here. Where'd I go? Oh, and there it jumped on me. I knew it was going to.
You just did that yourself.
Yeah, Windsor is south of the USA. That is weird.
Yes, Mark, it's that. I know.
Yeah. Mater says, yes, she's from Oklahoma. The one thing better here in Texas is our winters compared to up there. You know what I learned about Oklahoma recently that just really scared me?
What?
There are sightings of alligators in Oklahoma.
That is scary.
I'm like, because that's
kind of far north.
Far north. But apparently they've been working their way up the rivers from Louisiana, and the very southeastern corner of Oklahoma is kind of swampy.
Not all of Oklahoma.
No, they're not like over the panhandle chasing people on the up on the oil derricks.
Yeah.
That sounds like a movie. Speaking of which,
gators.
if you want to have some fun, we've been watching the whole St. Andrews 150th Open golf tournament. It is, if you guys have ever golfed, and I don't golf anymore, but I still like to watch it every so often because you understand it and stuff like that. And so it's kind of fun to watch people be successful at things that you know are difficult. And it's a links course, which is over this, basically it's like
grass over sand dunes.
Yeah, and it's so fast. Like you can hit the ball on the ground and it will still go 350 yards. It's ridiculous. And the greens are ridiculous. And you can't tell the difference from the green and the fairway. It is just a terrifying course. But anyway, we're watching it on YouTube, watching highlights. And then right in the middle of it popped up highlights of alligators on golf courses. And I'm like, wait, there's alligators in Scotland? I'm like, what has happened? Anyway, I was tired. Not my fault.
Oh, tell them about the watch videos you've been watching.
Oh, that's my new secret shame. Okay.
It's not secret.
It's not a secret. I'm gonna come out to you. What's the name of the channel?
Oh, I don't know.
It's.
I know his name. It starts with an M.
I should, if I'm going to talk about this, there's only one channel. I looked at several other channels. There's really only one channel that I like to watch when it comes to this. What?
Is that him?
No. Other.
Oh yeah, my bad. He doesn't do cheap watches.
He does. He does some cheap one. He did that Mickey Mouse one.
How do you know that was cheap? That could have been a collectible. That was $10,000.
Maybe. Anyway. What's here?
Did anybody
Just
say
go to your
any
library.
Canadian snacks that we should try?
I did ask for anybody for store recommendations.
Watch Repair Channel? Which Wrist Watch Revival.
Yeah, Wrist Watch Revival. And I will even, not that he needs me calling him out, because I think he's got way more subscribers. He's got 403,000 subscribers. But I am dead set that I'm going to find an old watch and see if I can fix it. Because why not, right? All right, anyway, there we go. Go check it out. They're super long videos, but they're the kind of thing probably for people like us who like that, getting into that intricate kind of stuff and seeing if you can understand how something works. It's a cool channel for that.
It's too slow.
Blind Toolman says, "Wow, so hard to chat. LO, I had to unsubscribe and resubscribe to chat."
I think put him in timeout.
Put him on timeout for a hot second. Sorry.
Die. Frank says the best beer in Canada is Unibrow Brewery. Try it.
Okay, and I've heard that. I thought that it was getting. I'll look that.
Mike says Duncan. It depends on the model of Civic you decide to LS swap. The 1970s era Civics and an LS engine are about the same size.
It's gonna be an EG.
Don't listen to him, please. Don't feed his fantasies.
It's gonna be an LS3.
Blind Gentleman says, finally, I can say hi, Bear and family. Yes, you can. And we are so happy to see you again. Fred says, in Colorado, we have the castle doctrine. You come through my window door, you're died. Yeah, it's kind of like that. You get it. You can take the, as we say, the room temperature challenge. And Robert says, I'll do it for my personal account, and it will make more sense. The Flying Half says hi, and enjoyed the old morning chats. We did too. I wish we had more time to do that kind of stuff. Rich says Harbor Freight has the toolbox lockers advertised, but no store has them. Any idea when they will be in store? Rich, I don't know if they will ever be in store. Harbor Freight has added so much stuff to their inventory that they're having to limit what is actually available in stores. And with those boxes, shipping the boxes, I just had a conversation with somebody the other day and had to inform that shipping any kind of box, any brand, is a recipe for disaster. So if they don't have to ship it unless it's already sold, they're not going to. So that may be something that might just end up being a order only kind of situation. Edward says bought 2 skill routers, quarter, and a set of router bits from a friend, also a sign maker for making signs. What's your opinion? I'm guessing you're asking what's my opinion on those. I think they're fantastic. In fact, I was looking at one today. We were at Murdoch's. If you don't know, Murdoch's is kind of like Tractor Supply, but better.
Murdoch's is like a general store, but
almost.
Your general store had Pop-Tarts instead of actual groceries.
Well, they've got homemade candies. They've got all sorts of food. They've got, of course, they have an excellent firearms and ammo selection. They've got every DeWalt
BMG
tool you could imagine. Yeah, they have a 50 BMG bolt action that I am not buying.
He should definitely buy. I talked to Vinny today.
I'm really bummed that they only carry Traeger pellet grills. But lots of great pellet grill accessories, gun safes, chicken harnesses. I did not misspeak when I said that.
Cat harnesses too.
Cat harnesses too. Lassos.
They have the fake training bowls
$40 Yeti dog food bowls. This is how bad. I felt so bad about leaving behind. I almost bought one. Did you buy it? No, she put it back. She put it back.
She put it back.
Oh, good. I had this weak moment, and I gave it to the wife so she would put it back because I was going to do something stupid.
Yeah.
The 21-foot rule came directly from vid by Dan in Santo, a Bruce Lee peer, in police video titled "Surviving Edged Weapons." I was job in Cook County suburbs in the mid-early 90s. Steve says yes.
Hi, Rick. Rick said hello. You skipped over his comment.
Where is it? Oh, Rick! Rick Nelson's in the house. Hey, Rick! Good friends of ours, are RV types, and hopefully you're going to get a chance to see them this summer. We have been looking for places around here. I swear I have. I've got the names of a couple places in Bozeman, but Bozeman's a decent drive here from Livingston. It's about half an hour. It's like the difference from being in Henderson versus being in Boulder City.
I think that's the
what was I going to say? Like one of the places down here in the in Paradise Valley, they were like almost $2,000 a month.
What about that one in town?
I called them and they said I had to call back later in August to see if they had anything. They weren't ready to book anything right now.
If anyone in Livingston or Paradise Valley has a place with RV spots,
we will super vouch for them. They're amazing.
That would be awesome. If there was somebody local who had a spot or knew a spot, that would be great. Brett says, yep, that's the reason I internally die every time I buy tools. Tom says, that is the training I went through too. We all did runner and shoot positions, opened a lot of people's eyes as to how far someone can go in no time. It is terrifying. Yeah. Fred says, in Lake Mead, the water is so low, there are barrels with bodies showing up.
Yeah.
That was when we were staying, because we were at Lake Mead. We were literally in the RV park that's on the lake. And not only that, the coyotes have lost their minds down there.
Yeah, they're have. They're
everywhere.
Crazy.
They're in the middle of the RV park. They're somebody showed us a picture yesterday of one on the boat docks. I don't know what's going on, if the water level is making them act weird or something, but they are bold.
There's probably aliens in the bottom of Lake
I
Mead.
know. I think that's where they store the flying saucers.
Sadly, I think that they actually found someone that recently went missing as well.
They did.
So.
They found somebody recently out there.
That
But
sucks.
they fell off like a jet ski. That was a boating accident.
No, the person I was talking about was
Great, then somebody else.
abducted.
Lovely. Blind Toolman says, sorry, I've been away for a bit, but Sir Ronnie B. Bacon is doing awesome. I am streaming in the evening and Saturday AM on Twitch. Oh, that's awesome. I did see your Twitch streams, but we hadn't seen you on YouTube and stuff. We were getting a little worried about you. Let me see if I can catch up a little bit here. Shade Tree America says, was wondering about the planners. Got any suggestions on good ones? Planers?
Planers.
I'm trying to think. Who are you? Are you talking about like a benchtop planer, or are you talking a handheld planer? Benchtop planers. Basically, my take on that is if you're going to get a lunchbox style, get like the Win. Win makes some. They're all about the same, and I'm pretty sure they all come out of the same company over in China. I would just get the Win planer, maybe the 2-blade or the 3-blade if you can afford it. If you're going to spend big money, get the top of the line DeWalt. The big one, I can't remember, it's like the 745BX or whatever it is. And a triple blade, infeed outfeed tables. And then if you really want to go whole hog, there is a what do you call it? Not spiral, helical blade replacement kit you can get. That's almost the same price
Helical?
as the thing. Excuse me. Furrow Craftsman says lots of good sized gators in the 2 lakes I'm next to here in North Texas.
Nope.
Check out Lake Worth, Texas for pics of them on the decks.
Nope.
I'm going to have to do that. Lake Worth. I'm intrigued by alligators. They seem amazing.
Snakes and alligators.
They're like living dinosaurs.
They are living dinosaurs.
And I've seen them, because I've been down to Florida and stuff, and I've seen them, but I've only seen like the heads of them, or like next to the road as you drive by, that kind of thing.
We saw a big one when we went to the alligator farm down in Miami.
Yes.
Down in Miami.
Caimans? Right?
Yeah. We saw 2 caimans. We didn't see any wild alligators, but we saw wild caimans, which was pretty cool. Some iguanas, stuff like that.
Fred says, I have a working sterling silver pocket watch, guess around 1900s. Wow.
Super cool.
Frank says, member for 2 years and 8 days. That's awesome.
crazy.
Woo! Grimmy says, you have to watch the movie Strange Brew before going to Canada. You know, are going to Canada brewery tours. I'm like, I remember that movie back in the day. Wings and Pizza says, anyone else holding off from doing projects in fear of spending savings on then finding the bottom falls out due to the current state? Yeah, that's a lot of what I've got going on right now is I got money to spend on projects like things for the house. We're trying to restore this house, but I'm just terrified that the economy is about to go off a cliff. And Brad says, the stores I recommend are Home Depot, Rona, Home Hardware, Canadian Tire, Kent, and Timber Mart. Maybe a Nova Scotia only thing, though. Okay.
Just subscribed for 33 months.
Who's that? Hold on. Let me scroll down. Homily, member for 33 months.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Hey, it's 665. So I hope your house projects are going super amazing. I haven't seen an update from you in a little bit.
What? Hold on. Grimute says, dude, I just found out not only do they have alligators here in Miami, but they also have crocodiles. We've got crocodiles?
We had
No.
this discussion.
We did. I seem to remember that we did.
You think 6.5 can take out?
But
an
they're not like
alligator?
big salties.
Because crocodiles are the ones with the more narrow.
Yeah,
Right? Or is
yeah.
it the other way around?
No, crocodiles are narrow.
Okay.
Alligators have a big blunt nose. They're all toothy.
Yeah.
For those of our Canadian friends or people who know up north, food and food store, grocery store recommendations, the wife really wants to know. That's her happy place.
Yep.
She just found out that you can only get Kraft peanut butter in Canada, and apparently it's amazing.
What is Kraft peanut? Is that
Kraft,
like the
company.
The brand
The
Kraft, like mixed cheese.
So, like, you're going to see a lot of stuff like Oreos and other cookie companies, and it will have a different name other than, like, Nabisco. So it's a parent company that owns it. So
what is
Kraft,
Nabisco?
That's the company that makes Oreos.
Oh.
He's going to be learning a lot on this trip.
I don't look at the company that owns Oreos. Like,
If you look at the
That's
package,
not-
there's usually in the corner there's a little triangle that says Nabisco.
the top of the package is ripped off by the time it's
You
in my
gotta
hand,
you
so-
gotta know the name of the elves who make your cookies.
I thought it was
All
wrong. My
right.
bad.
Anyway, the Fred says I love their wooden 8-drawer toolbox. I love it. The Gary says, "Good evening, everyone. What did I miss? Rolling out late. We're taking the bear up north to visit his cousins. We're going to be gone for a week. We're going to be reporting live. I don't know about live, but we'll be reporting from Canada. We'll definitely be checking out. I'm going to find out once and for all if Princess Auto is truly the Harbor Freight of the North. We're going to try and find a Rona and some of the other Canadian Tire, some of the other stores, so that people down here can see, like, is it worth a trip up north to check these out? Ricky says, good evening. I bought a Myfield track saw. Oh, wow. Myfield track saw, and it has got to be the only upper echelon of all track saws. Question, are you going to review the track saw in the near future? If you want to send it to me for a couple months, I'll be happy to review it, but I am not buying one. They are wicked expensive, but everything I've heard, I've talked to several professional finished carpenters who use them, and they say they're fantastic. That they are even better than the Festool, and that they are, as you say, the top of line, very top of all track saws. And I would believe it from the things I've seen about them, but I've never used one. I don't own one, and I have no plans to buy one anytime soon.
Leslie Franklin, yes, milk is sold in bags there.
Yeah, Leslie Franklin wanted to inform us that milk is sold in bags. My wife has been pestering me all week, like, can you believe they sell milk in bags?
Yeah.
For those of you who haven't seen that or aren't old enough, I don't know about anywhere else, but I grew up mostly in Iowa when I was younger, and in elementary school, at least up until third grade, milk for us was served in bags. And I'm not talking like foil bags or anything, plastic bags, little square plastic
I don't
pillows
actually believe
of
that
milk.
happens.
Give
I
you a
don't-
straw, punch
No.
it in, that's your milk.
I don't believe that happens.
The Fred says if anyone follows him, nomadic fanatic was camping and a bunch of drunks. They take his campground. He left and returned the next day. The drunk on the ATV killed himself.
Oh my gosh.
Ugh. We actually met him
Yes,
when we
we
were
did.
living in
Newman. It was
in Newman.
the-
We've been looking at RV stuff online, and we recently had seen this channel, and then we went to the Walmart in Patterson, and I look over and I see this RV, and I'm like, that looks just like his RV. And then he walks out, and I'm like, that is him.
Yeah.
And we stopped by and just said hi and stuff. Anyway, Patrick says DW735, the helical blade is the Shelix. Thank you. That is exactly what I was thinking of. Mike says, does Harbor Freight have plans on offering an upgrade on the U.S. General magnetic paper towel holders to accommodate jumbo rolls? Would be handy.
You mean because if you make it longer this way, it can accommodate the larger
No, the
rolls?
rolls. Yes, because the rolls are
Would
wider.
be wider.
Yeah.
No idea what you guys are talking about.
No, I've not heard anything from them, but I can definitely ping my my contact to see what they say. The Curious Cretan says prices on tools in Canada are not good.
Really?
We'll have to see how bad they are.
Well, they've got to be cheaper than here, right?
No.
No.
Fred says if the bottom falls out, what do you think the wood prices will drop? Yes. I think prices on a lot of stuff will drop because they'll have to get sales.
Yeah,
I can tell you that. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think used Civics will drop, so I can LS swap them.
So we have one of the larger lumber mills for doing 2x4s, and they ship 2x4s and 2x6s and 2x8s out of here, and they're full stocked with wood. I don't understand why there's a big price, why wood is still as high as it is. It feels a bit artificial because they definitely have access to wood. It's not like they're running on empty up here. The lot's full.
Well, if people are going to buy wood at that price, they might as well sell it at that price.
I guess that's what it is. And Frank says, and Crocs are more aggressive.
My Crocs are nice, actually.
Yeah, they're soft. I walk around in them all day.
I'm married to one, and I'm the mother of the other. I'm just saying, send help.
Bread says, Sobeys and Walmart are good. Costco, if you want to buy enough bread to overload the truck. I wonder if they'll accept our Costco membership up there.
Yeah, my understanding is that they will.
Are you sure? We're not Canadianese.
Mark says the Elver Keelers work. Green says, not only do you get to worry about the sharks at the beach, but the Crocs too.
Oh,
That's
great.
awesome. So I know that like Jamaica has crocodiles. So are these Caribbean crocs that have migrated up, or have there always been crocodiles in Florida?
Can they swim that far?
If there's a big storm, they just float on top of the water.
I guess, yeah. Croc versus shark.
Okay.
That's a movie.
I was
It
gonna say, this
is.
is how bad movies get created.
The elves. What was a bad movie? I was doing some reviews on Amazon. I'm trying to think because that made me think about bad movies. And the bad movie, the worst movie I've seen recently that I enjoyed was Moonfall. It is cheesy bad movie. I don't know how it actually got made, but it is amusing and it was a fun one to watch.
So Alexander McKay said there's, I think, okay, I'm going to totally butcher this and you guys are all going to laugh at me. Sobeys, Sobey''S, and then Loblaws, which is like a grocery store.
Loblaws?
Metro,
which I'm guessing is like a grocery store, and then Farm Boy. Are they all grocery stores? Anyways, inquiring minds want to know.
Who is it? Wings of Pizza says, anyone see the skit with the Canadian comic that talks about the varieties of Captain Crunch available in the States as compared to Canada? Yes, he does that whole thing where he's like, we think we have everything. I went to the U.S. and he's like, they have Captain Crunch, but they have all of it. And he's like, they have flavors I've never even heard of. And that is a hilarious skit. Tom A says, one way to remember is Crocs are saltwater and alligators are freshwater, but Crocs will go into freshwater too. And Blind Toolman says, no kissing the moose.
Yeah. I'm good.
And no hugging the moose. And and also for those of you coming up to Montana stuff, no petting the bison.
Yep.
You can get into...
Or the elk.
You can get into Yellowstone through the west end, or the northwest entrance if you take a shuttle.
Yes,
for a couple days.
Yeah,
so
a lot of
not
people
fully closed off.
A lot of people think it's completely closed, but it's not completely closed. You just can't drive through.
Yeah.
Fred says, wifey will be driving back home through Nebraska Monday and Tuesday. It'll be high humidity, 105, 106 degrees. Oh my gosh.
Super sorry.
Futon 2 says there's milk in bags in Wisconsin. See,
Mark Olson said
we could have just gone to Wisconsin.
Mark Olson says that in the Philippines you can drink in plastic bags. You can buy soft drinks in plastic bags.
I would say
straws.
Mexico does that too.
I've seen that in Mexico, but they took a bottle. In Mexico, I was in a small village. They took a bottle, poured it into a plastic bag, then into like a Ziploc bag or something, then gave you that in a straw and kept the bottle.
And why did they do that?
No
So they
idea.
could recycle it and make money from it.
Yep.
Where was that one? What do you call a prisoner climbing down a wall?
What?
Condescending.
I know.
Dr. Falcon says, Jess, long time no see.
Yes.
Brad says, I paid $216 Canadian for a basic 10-gallon shop vac.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, no, but 2 something Canadian is cheaper here.
Yeah, it's not 200 and something US.
So
It's worth less here.
Yes.
But they still, like, for them, they're still earning it at about the same level.
Oh, that's true. That sucks.
He's trying to do the conversion going, well, for us, it would cost, wouldn't cost as much. But even still, I mean, I can buy a basic shop vac here for between
$30.
between $50 and $100. A good one. Fred says we still need to talk about the 6.5 nails. The Creedmoor style.
I love
How much was that today? He saw a box of it today.
I saw a box. I'm not sure if it was the high end stuff or just regular stuff, but it was $58 a box.
That's, oh my gosh.
Yeah. So we will not be shooting my boomstick. Which
Nick says all the wood we work with is from Oregon. And let me catch up here. Gary says we have milk in bags at Quick Trip here in Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Iowa. Fertile Craftsman says Mrs. Bear needs to give me a wish list from our trip back to Greece in September.
Ooh,
Yes! Yes! Basically, just include me and send all the salty cheese.
Yes.
salty cheese.
Yeah.
Frank says that he wants to be banned from the channel. Actually, he said, I watched a bad movie. It was called Dune.
Oh.
And you, sir, are a heretic and a bad person. So, Dune is one of my favorite books of all time. And there's a character in that book named
Duncan, Idaho.
Duncan, Idaho, that somebody was kind of named after. The AVE calls Canadian Tire Cambodian Tire nice. It's funny. So, AVE likes to, I don't know, maybe it's a Canadian thing. I don't know. It uses the word skookum. If something's good, it's skookum. There's a town called Skookum.
Yeah, but it's Bussin. You think there's a town called Bussin?
I hope not.
That'd be great.
Mater's Workshop says, according to the Red Green Show, it takes a lot of duct tape. Anything can be fixed with duct tape.
Not your personality.
If it moves and it's not supposed to move, use duct tape.
Use super glue.
If it doesn't move and it's supposed to move, use WD-40.
I was going to say WD-40.
No, but that's not a
Fred
lubricant.
says, my lower back surgery is on hold still.
Aw.
My neck now may have to be done first. If they have to do my neck, it's going to be major surgery. Oh, my gosh.
Can you chase the moose with an e-bike?
I think that's can you?
Well, I just unlocked them, so we go like 30 on them now.
I think you could do it. I don't think it would be a wise choice.
No, for sure not wise.
Fred says, if you want to see milk in a bag, look under a cow. Nice.
Santa's Canadian. No, he's not. He's American.
Okay. This is how you...
Everyone knows he's German. Brad says $350 for a brushless Ryobi hammer drill. 3-speed impact with 2.0 and 4.0. About the only tools I've bought that feel like they're actually worth the insane price. They're good tools, but oh my gosh. Curious Cretan says, buy some Robertson bits and screws to honor Canada. I love Robertson. I think they are pretty awesome. Gary says, you will see maple leafs on everything like restaurant logos. Don't forget the real Canadian Superstore. Blind Toolman says, it is so hot in western Nebraska. News just reported squirrels are walking around naked because it's too hot to run. Nick says,
I don't get that.
I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings celebration. I shall face my fear and allow my fear to pass through me, within me and through me. And I shall turn around and I shall turn around and my fear will be gone. So I forgot the rest of it.
Right. I'm gonna go.
Fear is the little death.
Mother can have her seat back.
All right.
I'm leaving.
Alexander says it's West Coast thing. Skookum is also in Oregon and Washington. And there you go. Anyway.
Mother.
Cremita says, I found out about the crocs while at the marina the other day. Fishing boat came in, started cleaning the fish, and it swam up to get the scraps. They said he always comes up when they come back. Oh my gosh. If it moves, salute it. If it doesn't move, paint it. That's what we were taught. Fred says, let me count my 6.5 Creedmoor. There are good to great rounds. Let me run downstairs to see what 6.5 I have. Can you chase a moose with an e-bike? Answer, once. Fact check true. Hello, beautiful.
Hello, my love.
Nice of you to join us.
Absolutely.
There's a local brewery, Tom says, here in Northwest Washington named Skookum. Started in his garage. Good stuff. Ferno Craftsman says, the more important question is, can an e-bike outrun a moose? That is the important question. We can get our hands on one of those Surons. I bet it could. At least if you cut the green wire. If a woman doesn't find you handsome, at least she can find you handy. And in my wife, she got both.
That's right. Modesty, not a thing, but...
Brad says, buy all the square screw or Torx, then burn all the Phillips. Phillips should be outlawed as far as I'm concerned. I hate Phillips and slotted. The only place where I can accept slotted is in some place where the screw is going to be on display. Like it's a brass fitting or something like that. It's a nice classic look. Otherwise, banned. Wings and Pizza says, any experience with cordless planers? Not a one. I've never... Really? Okay, that's not true. I've probably played around with them at some friends and stuff and picked one up here and there. But I don't use them. If I'm going to... I think corded tools are way underrated. And for stuff like that, just get the corded version. It's so much cheaper. Unless you have a specific need for cordless in that situation, get the corded one. Frank says, my surround sound speakers are Fluence, sold out of Canada. I haven't had surround sound in years. Mike says, I'm sure you can chase a moose with an e-bike once, but be sure to install a horn on it, or you'll be sure the moose will catch you. You want to install a horn on the moose? I mean, they already got the antler thing going. I don't think they need a horn. What do I know? Blind Joe Man says, remember to get the real maple syrup. It is outstanding. I have had real maple syrup. And I hate to say, but I was raised on the American stuff, the not real. And so when you taste real maple syrup, you're like, this isn't right. That's not very good. It's not like cloyy and sticky and heavy and flavored enough. It tastes too natural. It's just not right.
Hello, Tommy.
Tommy, hey, how's it going? Says hello, Mrs. Bear. And Brett says, yeah, Phillips may or may not be the reason that I have an old shop vac with an angle head grinder marks.
Oops.
Kermit says, important question is, who has the fastest e-bike? That's all you need to worry about. Kind of like me and the daughter's boyfriend walked up to a grizzly. He asked, what if it comes at us? Well, I kick you in the knee and I run.
I just have to outrun you.
Yeah.
That's right, Grimmer.
Mater says, morning, it's top of the hour. Thank you, Mater. Thank you so much. Anyway, top of the hour, we like to say thank you, first of all, to everyone for being here. Thank you for joining us here in the live stream. I know we've been hit or miss this summer. Just been spending a lot of time with the family. We had some issues with internet and stuff like that, but honestly, at the end of the day, we haven't even been putting out as many videos as we normally do, just because it's summertime with the kids and they're getting older, and you can see that time in the not so distant future where they're going to be moving out and on their own, and we're going to be sitting alone with just the two of us.
Are you trying to say that there's something wrong with me?
No.
Great. No.
Anyway, I want to say thank you for being here. B, I want to say thank you to all of our mods. That's everyone with the cobalt blue wrench behind their name. Gramute, Nick Hoffman,
Mater's Workshop.
Mater's Workshop. I was looking for some other ones. Anyway, thank you all for being part of the channel and supporting the channel and helping keep the chat moving along, keeping it family friendly, helping answer questions if I can't get to them. You all are fantastic. And one thing I'd like to say to the rest of you is many of our mods are YouTubers in their own right. They have their own channels producing great content. Be sure to go check them out. And if you're a mod, go ahead and put a link to your channel right now in the chat so that people can find you. Because it can be, some of them have smaller channels, and it can be a bear to find some of the smaller channels with the way the YouTube search thing works. If you don't know, at least, I don't know about on mobile, but on the PC version, when you search for something, you can click on filter, and you can filter by channels. So it will look just for channels. Anyway.
Great. And Mater posted his channel.
Thank you.
So, yes. That's where we're going with that.
And then I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who supported the channel today with Super Chat. Lots of you contributing for our extraordinary, or not extraordinary, but our let's call it the increased price of diesel that we're going to be encountering when we go into Canada. So I appreciate that so much. And then of course everyone who is a member, and that's like Mater's Workshop, anyone with the bear behind their name there. Let's go through and see who all is in the house. We got Frank Landgraf, Blind Toolman, Futon02. Anyway, they are members of the channel and help support the channel out monthly through the YouTube member program. If you're interested in that, there's links down in the video description, I'm sure. I don't know, I updated
Fred
it recently,
Hill.
may or may not be there. Fred Hill, member for 23 months. That is awesome. The color of the bear, by the way, is determined by how long somebody has been a member. So, the
Wings and pizza. Diesel is a very bad word right now.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I didn't even see. We filled up today. How much was it?
I did not get
You
a
didn't
receipt.
look. Oh.
No, I was inside.
Okay. The Fred Hill with $5 with the pear.
With the pear.
How's it going?
My favorite.
That's awesome.
I feel like
Thank
I
you
should
so
write
much.
the pear down.
Hey, Dunk. Nope, you're
That's
Griffin.
Yeah, what do you need?
I was going to ask how much it was when we filled up. Go ask Duncan how much the diesel was when we filled up today.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you right now what it was. I don't know.
I think, he's not going to remember. I think it was like $100 because the tank wasn't empty, so.
Yeah.
125.
Wow, 125. And the tank wasn't empty. The Nick says almost all the tools in my new job are pneumatic, and I find it hard to go back on the weekends. Brett says, don't forget when you get a tool released, give it 5 months, and we'll get it showing up on a website in another 2 months, and we can actually buy it. Ouch. That sucks. The Ladybird says, the only thing I like about Canada are syrup shots and hockey. I don't know if I ever had a syrup shot, but hockey, I played hockey. I started when I was 7. And it's probably one of the reasons why my knees are the way they are now. The Fred says the 6.5 must be way out of my safe. I think ours are in the second safe. It's kind of hard to get to.
Fred Hill with the $2 super chat says, hell, diesel is cheap. LOL.
I think it's just under, what is it, like $5.88?
I did not look when we went today.
I didn't either.
I didn't look because I didn't want to know.
Yep.
I feel like every time I go, I'm like crying. Yeah.
Blind Toolman says, oh, that is what the bear means. I thought it was for that one time when I caught a bear. Well, never mind. Nice. First, Fertile Craftsman says, I'm probably not making any new videos till end of September when it's finally under 100 degrees. We'll film some stuff in Greece to put in as well. That's all. I'd love to see the stuff from Greece.
You should, yes, because I want to go vicariously live through all of your videos.
Ken says, my channel is being rebranded more towards e-bikes. Been recording most of my rides. I love my Rad Rover 6 Plus. Great bike for older people. Rad Rover makes some fantastic bikes. They really do. Reed and Prince fasteners were in 49% of World War II aircraft. Let's see here. Jersey Nate says, go on, smash that like button. Renegade's Garage is in the house says hello, everyone.
Hello.
And let's see here. Tom says gas is hovering around $6 a gallon and diesel is $6.50 a gallon here. You know, I keep hearing the administration saying that prices are coming down, and keep wondering when that's going to happen. I know, and I love how he blamed. I'm not going to get into politics, but I don't care who you are, whether Republican or Democrat. Don't blame the small retail establishments. I mean, as I understand it, most gas stations sell gas at bare margins and really only make their money on the stuff when they get you to go inside. So saying that they're price gouging at the pump is really hard to believe. Because it's a commodity and they got to compete with the guy across the street.
Yeah.
Does Canada still require vaccinations or quarantine for entry? Yes, they do. Mike says, I filled up the Kenworth T880 today in Ravine, Virginia for 73 gallons for $5.86 per gallon. Grimita says, my last couple of Harley videos are a bit risque, not so family friendly. Just a warning.
Hey, that's, thanks for the heads up. So folks that are watching with their
if
families.
you want to pose in your thong on your Harley, that's totally up to you. Norm says, I've been using the Bauer T50 stapler and building a chicken coop, and now ask myself, why would anyone want to continue using the old chrome staplers? I don't know what are the chrome staplers for?
Similar projects.
I guess. I guess they were corrosion resistant, I think was the point of the chrome. I don't really remember. The $3.75 a gallon here in Dallas Fort Worth. Well, that must be nice. Ship some of that up here. Also remember that miles and kilometers are not the same thing. Police don't like you doing 50 mph in a 50 kilometer. Yes, and I learned that lesson the hard way in Mexico. And I got pulled over doing 75 miles per hour in like a 50 kilometer zone.
It's all
yes, this I had a dream about this one time.
Yep.
And I got pulled over and the guy got me out and told me that because I was speeding and I wasn't Mexican, that he was going to have to take my passport and my license and take it to the local the local capital, which was 2 hours away, and I'd have to go over there and sit in front of, and basically spend 1 or 2 days up there explaining to them all this stuff. And I'm like, and at some point it clicked that this was getting a bit ridiculous, and then I realized he's shaking me down. And I ended up paying him $26, and he then gave me his business card, said if I needed reservations anywhere or needed any other kind of entertainment, to give him a call. He took me over to his car and introduced me to his deputy. He gave me his card. It's a whole, kind of service industry down there. It's very nice, very civilized. And, hypothetically speaking. Then I woke up from that dream and I was like, wow, that was something. Fred says, I moved all my ammo to the basement from the garage. It's safer in the temp-controlled basement. Yeah, than in the garage. Especially because people driving by, your garage is open and stuff. I know a lot of people keep their safes in the garage, and I've never been a fan of that.
Well, I think also from a home defense standpoint, I would think having it in your home versus...
Well, I still come from the old school of obscurity is the best security. Yep. Somebody doesn't know you have it, they're not going to come for it.
Yeah.
Tom A says, not to be political, but if shutting down pipelines was done to hurt Russian economy, what did the administration expect shutting down our pipeline?
We're staying away from politics.
Don't you understand? The president does not control the price of gas. But he could sure hurt it. Have you tried any of the DeWalt shop vacs? I have, and they're fantastic. The DeWalt makes some of the best shop vacs out there. The problem with them is that they're fairly pricey, and you get something that is darn close or reasonably close for half the price. So the only reason I would see to go with a DeWalt shop vac is if you're getting one of the cordless ones and you're already in the DeWalt line. Because you're a bear, they had to detain you. We had to mark that down. There's a whole thing getting vet, we had to go and get vet records and stuff to go through the border there. Diesel in Colorado is $5.69. Youch.
I think that's cheaper than a lot of places.
John says, I wrote a letter to Eric Schmidt, the CEO of Harbor Freight, and asked him if they would consider retailing ammunition at the store if you build it. Dude, the local Napa around here, some of the Napa stores around here in Montana do carry ammo, and I think that's fantastic. The Harbor Freight thing will never happen. I love Eric. I think he's an amazing guy, and he's done a lot of good for people out there in the trades and just local home, DIYers and stuff like that. And I'm really amazed at some of the stuff they carry, but I do not believe we will see ammo in the stores. He won't carry heated apparel because he thinks it's too much of a hassle for the stores. Having to deal with the legal ramifications of selling ammo, I think is more than the stores are willing to handle. Green says, I know, Maynard, did you know YouTube pulled the second, said it had nudity? LOL. I just reposted it with the peach, but I think they're hiding it now. Oh my gosh. Tom A, $10 to help with fuel on the trips. Safe travels. Oh, that's awesome. I promise
Thank you so much.
I promise I won't spend it at Tim Hortons. I'm looking forward to going to Tim Hortons.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking forward to smelling Tim Hortons. That sounded way weirder than it was in my head. I'm not eating sugar, so I can smell it, but not really eat it. It's just getting worse.
Sniffing other things while you're up there?
I'm just going to
Rogue sniffer invades Canada.
Yeah, just look for the headlines.
Here, you can do the next one.
Red Hill with the Superman $10.
Super pair.
Okay, but I was not done. Yes, I know it's a pair.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, we all know that I'm right. Anyways.
I'm going to the restroom. You can drive for a while.
Excellent.
If I can get out of this corner she's pinned me into. You put stuff behind my chair. Who does that?
No, I didn't. That is your sous vide. Anyways, thank you so much for the $10 super chat, Fred Hill. We are definitely going to use that for funds, and I would call that a Superman pair. So, Fred Hill says, I have to cover my safe. Sad to say, the safe is too big to fit in the basement. Plus, getting it almost 800 pages. Yeah, I hear you. But yeah, I totally agree with Jeff that if somebody doesn't know it's there, then they're less likely, well, they're not going to go looking for it or to get into it. John Lumi says, what kind of critters are displayed on Mrs. DeBear's tiara? So this one's maybe this one. It is a dinosaur. This one's got kind of a little funky tail situation going on. And we had a friend of ours turned 3 this weekend, and she had a dinosaur-themed birthday. And so I'm sort of wearing this to extend her birthday celebrations. Her party was yesterday, and it probably would have been a good idea if I'd remembered that I had this before then. So it is dinosaurs. We did also watch the new Jurassic Park movie. And I have to say, I kind of like the Jurassic Park movies. Grant, I'm not sure who you're talking to about French Canada. French Canada. Yeah, I can't speak English or French apparently. Mike says at bread and den of tools. My dad bought a 14-gallon DeWalt shop vac 15 years ago. It is just now dying, needing to be replaced, but finding the shop vac brand and Bauer 14-gallon to be much cheaper priced. Fred Hill says that he is off the diet right now. He'll get back on the wagon soon. I couldn't get the safe even upstairs. I totally understand. And my philosophy about diets and health, not that anyone's asking, is that you do the best you can. And sometimes there's going to be periods when you take breaks from it, and sometimes there's going to be periods when you're super strict, and you are the only one that knows what's right for you. So totally get that you're taking a break. I totally get it. Sorry, I'm giggling because I just saw John's comment. While the bear is away, tell us the secret. I have no secrets. I don't know what to tell you. Infernal Craftsman says $4.74 for diesel here in Dallas Fort Worth. Ew, that's pretty good for diesel. Wings and Pizza says, how can anyone dislike Canadians? Don't they dip everything in mayo and gravy? Those are my kind of peeps. Okay, here's a question. How many of you grew up with parents who put their french fries in mayonnaise? Just asking for a friend.
That's disgusting.
Jeff is really not a fan of mayonnaise. Mike Adams says... Oh, you're talking to
The devil's
Fred.
condiment?
It is not the devil's condiment. Will H says, woohoo! Finally made it to a live stream. It's been a while. Don't kill your sous vide thing. And that's something I need to pick up.
Well, we can do that after the live stream.
Yes, I agree. Hi. And I love you.
Anyway, I was sorry. I was just looking at our front projects and stuff. The bikes, we gotta get those put away. Anyway, where do you go to be a member?
Excellent question. I think there's a thing.
The thing with the one thing and the other thing.
Well, I always accidentally bump it, so I should know.
Usually, like when you go to like the basic channel thing, it says become a member. Sorry.
Whoa, there's sounds happening. I'm gonna go back and see. Isn't there like a little hamburger thing?
Thought there was. I used to have a link if you wanted to become a member.
Yeah, maybe in the description.
I don't know. If you just go to the main channel and click, yeah, like right under this video, it should say join.
It's not because I went and looked.
It is for me.
Where?
Right there, joined.
Oh. He may
Like
be
it says
correct.
the Denna Tools, and then on the other side it says join.
He might be correct, folks.
Anyway, all right, back to this. French fries belong in mustard. French fries belong in barbecue sauce. Or chili. Or Frosties.
Ranch.
David? Go on.
ahead.
I love Montana, but Montanans have an unhealthy relationship with ranch. They would dip ranch dressing in ranch.
Yep, right?
They would.
It's important. I was reading something that you just totally took off the screen. It's okay, I'll just find it on my own screen.
Now, why you have that there?
David H. says, I did McDonald's fries in tartar sauce. Mark Olson said, Roy Rogers horsey sauce and french fries was awesome.
Rogers horses. That a long time ago.
I was not there. Mayo and fries, yum, Justin Gregory says. Bart, is it Boster? Please tell me if I'm mispronouncing your last name because I hate that. Don't forget Utah fry sauce, mayo and ketchup. Yes, Tom A says definitely get some poutine, fries with cheese curds and gravy. That is Eleanor's like one of her favorite things, which is
I like
interesting.
It, but she loves it.
Yeah, she loves it. She really, and it's like we'll be like. She asked. We met some friends and we went to like a hibachi place. She's like, "Do they have poutine?" I'm like, "Eleanor, look around. Does it look like they have poutine?" I'm like, "Look at the menu. You find it, you can have it." Blue cheese mayo on roast beef. Wings and Pista says.
Tom says that if you hit the $sign in the chat.
Super chat?
I see super sticker and super chat. Maybe it won't let me become a member of my own channel. Oddly enough.
Probably. They make assumptions that you're already here.
It is to the far left of the subscribe button. Brad says, I have told the story about my Duravac shop. Have I? I don't know.
Who just said that?
Brad. I don't remember if you did.
Will H with a $5 super chat. Here's a silent. I was silent when I did it, but you can read what I did. Thank you so much, Will, for the $5 super chat. That will be going towards diesel. I was going to say gasola, but it's not really gas.
Scott says crocodiles are native to South Florida. I didn't know they were native.
Crystalline Sky says, Mrs. DeBear, not a fan of ketchup. I'd rather have mayo. Thank you. My mother would too.
John says fries are just a medium to hold the sauce. I would almost say that's true, but really good salty fries, like say from McDonald's, are crack.
I am
in and of
fairly
themselves, they
certain
don't
that
need
that's
sauce.
actually what's in the salt. Like, I don't think it's regular salt. I think it actually has crack in the salt that they put on it from McDonald's. And I'm not hating on McDonald's French fries. I think they're amazing. I just think they should sell me the salt so I can put it on everything. I thought somebody else had a food thing.
Foodtown 2 says August wanted me to confirm you put French fries in a Frosty. That is true. Fact check true.
And Dr. Falcon says French fries belong in a Frosty.
Oh, yeah.
Agreed.
Yep. Mater says the only thing mustard belongs in is the trash.
Oh,
I'm not a
okay.
huge mustard fan, except on certain things, like, say, brats.
I like mustard.
And I like spicy brown mustard.
I was going to say,
that.
I like, ground bougie mustard.
Yeah, I don't like yellow mustard at all.
I do like yellow mustard, too. I guess I like all the mustards. Bring them on.
Bring them on.
I'm not a hater of any mustards.
Fred says on the diet, he's lost over 20 pounds.
Wow.
The gravy or mayo is a German thing. Gravy, I get.
Congratulations, Fred. I really want to say that is awesome. When people are on a health journey, every single milestone is important. So 20 pounds is awesome. Congratulations. French fries and Wendy's chocolate frosty.
Yep.
So specifically chocolate is what you're saying, Gary.
Before Wendy's changed their fries and ruined them.
Curious Cretan says, try Crown Royal if you like whiskey.
If you like whiskey, don't drink Canadian whiskey. Canadian whiskey, I'm a bourbon snob, all right? I like good, solid American bourbons.
I'm sorry, I've done right. He's a snob, just in general. Love you.
I married you.
That's right.
Anyway, I don't do the whole blended whiskeys thing. If a whiskey can't stand on its own, then it doesn't deserve to be in a bottle. Doing a long-term test on the rigid fan, I have it blowing air in the mini fridge in the shop since it only gets down to 93 in there and needs to help cooling. 1 month so far. That's what I should do a video on. I should do a video on the long-term video test on the Bauer light and the Bauer shop fan. The Bauer light finally died, but only the AC side. And it was plugged in for about a year. Mm-hmm. Something with the AC connector. Probably just got wiggled and broke a wire. I could take it apart, probably do a diagnosis on that. Anyway, Brett says it was $70 brand new at the local liquidation store. Anyone want a 14-year-old Katie? 7 years old, and it's the equivalent of shop vac I've ever used. Number VM150 if you want to pick one up. Frank says it's ice cream time. It is?
Yeah.
No one told me.
What kind of ice cream is your favorite? Just going to say Wilcoxon's, hands down, beats everybody.
Fred says, tell us again, Red, do you like the Red Harbor Freight toolboxes top and bottom? I do. The Icon ones. I don't know if you saw this. So about 5 months ago, somebody did a video that Husky is coming out with a line of boxes to compete with like the Icon and the other Pro toolboxes and stuff. Apparently, they're now just starting to show up in some stores. So you can actually go in and see them before you order one. And they look interesting. So I want to take a look at those. But honestly, the whatchamacallit, the U.S. General, man, they're all the toolbox most people need. Mark says, my sister used to put potato chips on ice cream.
I saw that.
I've put them on sandwiches, but never on ice cream. That doesn't sound appetizing.
Somebody's telling me salt is just salt. Worked there once. Huh. I'm pretty sure there's crack in there.
Yeah. On my diet, lost my keys.
Frank, I love you.
Today we're at Murdoch's, and I'd already done my circuit of the store. Didn't find anything you need. Found several things I wanted, decided to leave before I spent any money. So I told her, I'm like, I'll be in the truck. I go, I sit down in the truck, I'm on my phone, I'm checking some stuff. This woman's walking in, and she rolls up a bunch of stuff in like a sweatshirt or a sweat jacket, sticks it under her arm, and as she steps up the curb, her wallet slides out the back. A Gucci wallet, high-end wallet, stuffed full of stuff. She has no idea, and I yell at her, and she doesn't turn around, and I finally bark at her. She spins around on me like, what? And I'm like, you dropped your wallet. I believe that's yours. And she's like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. And I'm feeling so smug and take that, yada, yada. Woman walking out, not 2 minutes later, goes, oh, and it points down at the bottom of the truck. She goes, I think you dropped your keys. Yeah. Anyway, not the keys to my truck, but she dropped the keys getting out. It was keys to one of the scooters, or not scooters, e-bikes. Might as well be scooters as fast as those things go. The Wings and Pizza says, totally agree, Canadian whiskey is horrible. Great beer, terrible whiskey. Mayonnaise is one of the mother sauces and from the French. It's a mother something.
Bruno Grassman, I love you.
What did he say?
He was the one that just said mayonnaise is one of the mother sauces.
Oh, it is him. Sorry. Where was it? Major's Workshop says, don't be shocked, but I passed on a Cobalt half-inch impact at a pawn shop yesterday. They wanted almost the same price as new. That has always been my issue with pawn shops, and why I rarely shop at pawn shops is when I do find something worth buying, they want what I can get it for at a sale price.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, well, it's less than new. I'm like, yeah, but it goes on sale every other week. Well, they're always like, well, fine, then just buy it on sale. I'm like, okay. Don't tell me twice.
Yeah.
Let's see, I can get it on sale and get the warranty and be able to return it if I don't like it? Yeah, I'll go that route.
Gramoot, welcome to the Den of Tools Council member.
Woohoo!
Woo-hoo!
That's awesome. Thank you, Gramoot. Oh, new member.
Yes.
He wasn't a member before?
Well, he was trying to figure out how to do it.
I thought he was a member.
I thought he was too, but I also know a number of people have had issues like when their card changes, so...
Fred says, the killer for me was having to take steroids off and on for months. I'd say 6 to 9 months. Ice cream coming. Cold Stone Creamery. I like Cold Stone. She's not a fan. Although we don't eat there. I don't even know where one is up here. Is there one anywhere?
Well, we don't eat there. So, my guess is probably Bozeman has something like
I've
that.
never seen one.
Although I would go to... Well, we're not there for ice cream.
I know, but I've been all over Bozeman. It's not that big a town.
Maybe not. I like the Mexican ice cream place in Bozeman. If you want ice cream, go to the Mexican ice cream place. It's amazing.
Frank says, I like Moose Tracks and Butter Pecan from Aldi. $2 a container. That's pretty good. We do have some pretty awesome ice cream here that we like, and that is Wilcoxon's. And they've got their own version of a Moose Tracks and all sorts of stuff, and it's local. In fact, the ice creamery is here in town. Let me put it this way. They don't offer, like, public tours, but if you walk in, knock on the door, you're like, hey, can I have a tour? They'll be like, sure, come on back. And this isn't like a little place. This is a family that's been around for over 100 years in the area, and you can buy their ice cream all over the state and in some of the surrounding states. It's a decent-sized shop, and they are just the nicest folk. Scott says crocodiles live in brackish.
Yeah.
Water and mangrove area. Every once in a while they make it to the beach. Zaffy says, while I haven't traveled as much since all insanity hit, I always interested in seeing how you're treated going through the border and more importantly coming back. Yeah, like when I went to last time, I think it's the last time when was the last time I left the country?
Mexico.
Was it Mexico? Oh my gosh. So the last time I left was a long time ago. Because I used to go all the time, like every 2 or 3 years. And I think the last time I went was about 15, 16 years ago. And I went to Mexico, drove across the border from California. Driving in, there was one guy in a folding chair with a gun asleep. I waved.
They were not concerned.
Said hi. Nobody said anything. We just went in. Driving back was 3 hours in ridiculous traffic while the customs officer was sure that I was trying to smuggling drugs in through this fish statue thing that I bought that was hollow, that was open like a mesh and you could see through it.
those invisible drugs will get you.
Yeah. Red says if you want the ultimate death machine, put a 454 on a lawnmower. That sounds like a whole lot of nope for me there. Fred says I make moose calls. They sound like here moose, moose. Grimmy says had to use a computer to get it. That's weird. Brett says my pawn shop has a whole tool testing station. That's pretty cool, actually. Fred says Cold Stone Creamery is about 5 miles away from you or from us.
Who says that?
Fred.
Oh.
Zaf says any Canadians who defend Tim Hortons are like U.S. folks bragging up Arby's.
Some people really like Arby's.
I like Arby's. I do. Man, when they had one for a while that had like brown sugar bacon
I have to say, the thing that I like about Arby's is you can just buy the meat.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to do something at your house, if you want to make a salad and put it on top and you just want to buy the stuff on the way home. Or if you're keto. I'm trying to look up the ranch that my friend likes, who is, like, ranch dressing.
Infernal Craftsman says, I'm spoiled now. Anything less than Greek gelato is meh. Wings of Pizza says, what brand of ranch do the Montana folks prefer?
That's what I'm trying to look up.
I think most people that I've seen prefer the kind that's on the table.
They like all of it, but there's one that I get.
I should find out. I should find out what, like, the hardcore Montanians... I hate ranch, so it's not something...
He kind of tries to avoid it. Okay,
Yep.
I'm going to text my friend, and I will have the answer for you shortly.
Anyone traveling through St. Louis, keep traveling until you get far away from St. Louis, then stop. That's what we did. We went all the way through right on to Branson. It was cool. We saw the big, what do they call it? The arch. We waved, hi arch. Kept going. Brett says, I could post the video of someone that put a 454 on a lawnmower in the Discord if you want me to. Go for it, man. That is... I don't mind seeing what other people do, but that is not something I would try myself.
And we're not endorsing that.
Nope. I like my fingers where they are. Yep. Chef's Cheatree, howdy. Hey, man, haven't seen you in a while. How's it going? And Tom says, back at school, the 5 beef and cheddar for $5 was a treat. Oh, yeah. That got me through many a day. The short version, what is keto? Keto is Atkins taking a step further.
It's high fat, moderate protein, low carb.
Yeah. It's a low carb diet that's taken more low carb than Atkins does. What was I gonna say? Do you know that? Am I remembering this correctly? Did Arby's get rid of potato wedges? I think the one here did, but then the Arby's that was here went out of business.
I'm going to say, yeah, our Arby's is missing. There's going to be a Starbucks, which lots of people are very opinionated about.
I am.
Well, thankfully we don't drink coffee, so it won't be an issue for us.
We do sometimes, and we'll go to RX Coffee. If you're coming to the Livingston area, RX Coffee on the east side of town, great people, great coffee, nice folks. The line moves faster than it looks. And
yeah, the line may look long, but they're really quick to get you in and out.
Yeah. And good snacks at the same time. Where was I? Isn't gelato Italian, not Greek? That's what the Italians would tell you. Chef Shade Tree says, been working my tail off, putting out some content of what I'm doing. That's cool. That's awesome. I'll have to check that out.
Daniel says, what time is it where you live? Are you asking us what time it is right now? It's 7:40. If you're talking to somebody else in a different time zone.
Wings of Pizza says, if I were an edible food, I probably would be keto approved.
Yep.
That's one way of looking at it. Fred says, there is a guy who built a snowblower using a 454 V8. It will blow snow over the house, basically a boss hog. I believe I have seen the video of that. All right. Anyway, I'm going to say that we need to cut it short tonight because we have packing to do.
Yep.
And the Cubs, I gave them a task. They have not finished any of those tasks.
Well, yeah, and I
So,
gave them tasks that they haven't
They've not finished
yet.
those either. So we have to get going so we can get ready for our trip to the Great White North.
Yes.
Looking forward to being in Canada. If you're going to be in the Canadian area, we're going to be in Lethbridge on Tuesday morning going to, whatchamacallit? Princess Auto.
Canada?
So if you're going to be in the area, maybe you can stop by and we'll say hi, shake hands, and you can show me just how amazing Princess Auto is.
Yes.
Check the car and truck channel after the stream. Will do. Safe travels. Thank you so much. Good night. You all take care. God bless. And as always, shine on.